Good morning, guys. This is Thursday, and it is time for, I guess you could say, Favorite Cookbooks Part 2. Only this time, it's going to be my canning cookbooks. Now, this little baby here is 30 years old. If you are able to get a hold of a vintage canning cookbook, just know that you really need to go over to the ball preserving site. Don't worry. I'm going to set Jeff. I'm going to give you the link for the ball site, Fresh Preserving, and you can type in the recipe, and it'll pull up a more updated one. Or if you get one of these here, I also have another one. I have this one here. If you get one of these, chances are you're going to find a recipe that's in your vintage book that you either bought or inherited in one of these newer books. Because sometimes just little things are different. But, don't throw these out. Keep them. This was my first canning book. Therefore, it will always be in my collection. My ever-growing collection. If y'all could see my cookbook collection, it would blow your mind. You have things like split pea soup that's in here, and it's also in the other book. Now, the reason this is always going to be my favorite is it doesn't just go into special diets, freezing stuff, dehydrating, but it shows you how to take and combine what you can and put a whole meal together. You've got breakfast items, soups, salad. That you could take like your pickled vegetables, and you could do those with. Entrees, apricot honey mustard glazed chicken. You can can the honey mustard, apricot honey mustard sauce and use it later. Oh, this is definitely going to be a favorite. It's got ideas for desserts. There's everything but cook the meal for you. Now, fall back to basics. This is another good one. It gives you the difference between the two types of canning. And it gives you a recipe like peach jam. Then you have peach rosemary jam. And they give you an idea of how to use it on baked bacon wrapped shrimp. Oh, hello. Yeah. Definitely keeping that. Now, I do not have an All-American canner. Even though it's a cookbook, the recipes were written for an All-American. They work with any canner. Okay, a pressure canner is a pressure canner. It does not matter what name is on it. I happen to have a Presto because that's what Walmart carried it, and it's what I could afford. There you go. Now, I've done the baked beans. Boston baked beans in here on page 105. Delish. They are so good. Now, I didn't bake them off and then can them. I put the beans in the jars with the syrup and canned them. I knew that I could always go back and bake them off later. This worked out very well because I also put on the jars what it was, and I wrote in the book the little logs I keep. Like your regular, let's grab one here. Just a regular binder like this here that I used to keep a log on. And I wrote in which book they were from, whoops, and what page it was on. And that helped a lot. So, start canning, keep logs. Just your spiral notebook, or one of the composition books, whatever. Writing down what it is. And it helps if you put down the cookbook it came from. So you can always go back and look again. This, without a doubt, is my favorite. Hands down, wins right here. Miss Rozoa spent years with the Amish researching and working with them to put this book together. This isn't the only one she did. She also did just your home style Amish cookbook. It's also by Georgia Feroza, something like that. Anyway, it's early, okay? It's real early. I've been up since like 5:30. Yeah. Anyway, she even has a chapter on Tadler reusable canning lids. I haven't read that yet because I don't feel like I've gotten to the point where I'm advanced enough to use them. Because they're kind of tricky to use because there's very specific ways of using them. Linda from Linda's Pantry, she has a video where she used them and they worked fine. Now, these are a wonderful book. What I really, really like is this here section. I know you can't see it because guess what? It's for you to write notes in. What you liked about something, what you didn't like, what you would change. You can do all that. Now, the thing I've canned in here is their farmer soup. Before I canned, here's the deal. I did like a small test batch. Instead of doing 2 pounds of hamburger, I did just like a small amount of meat. Small amount of all the vegetables put together, see if we'd like it. And that soup is fantastic. Now I used kielbasa sausage. It's what I had unthawed, and this was a last minute deal, so I just put it together. But you know what? They were too. Now, I hope you guys will pick up these books, or pick up any book, and just start canning. But remember, when you get a vintage book, you need to go to freshpreserving.com. I'll hook you up with a link, along with links from other ladies that I've learned a great deal from. And I've watched them for June will be a year. I can't believe it's been a year I've been doing this off and on. Anyway, I hope you will get in there, get canning, practice with water. Water, water, water. You can put water in a mason jar. You can use your water bath canner to kind of get an idea of how it's going to work. What the differences are going to be between the water bath canner and the pressure canner. This way you're not wasting food. And you always have water you can use. There you go. Yeah, I think that's it. We're going to stop here and definitely get these books. Get your hands on these books. Even if you go to the library. That's the first thing. Go to the library, check out a canning book, take it home, read it, return it, and then decide. Because it does take quite a bit of time, but it has been so wonderful. It's convenience food that you control. I will see you in the morning.